Hello everybody, I'm Carl Fisk from existkind, and I've been down to City Hall. I've been down to City Hall because I'm concerned about Access Tucson. Access Tucson has gotten caught up in the financial crisis of the city and the county, though both the city and county have supported Access Tucson, especially in recent years. So I want to take you with me to my experience and share some things with you so that we can help Access Tucson together. So let's go take a look. In 1984, Access Tucson assumed responsibility for public access programming in Tucson and began cablecasting programming on Channel 37 of the Cox cable system. $1.38 was added to the subscribers' cable bills to enable Cox and the City of Tucson to fulfill the agreement that had been made. This agreement was to provide a means of free speech to the cable system to anyone in the general public. This was how Cox was supposed to give back to the community in return for its use of the city's infrastructure, thus providing a means of free speech to the local public. Now, many years later, Access Tucson is still providing a good and ever-improved service to the public. The city has worked hard in recent times to show its support for what Access Tucson provides. In recent years, it approved the latest contract to provide Tucsonians with years of service to come. Also, years ago, the city did what the city does and changed things so that it could use monies from the $1.38 to fund other things. I feel in a lot of ways this is a good thing. It enables Access Tucson to have in an indirect way to bring money for other services in Tucson. See, the money that was originally meant for Access Tucson, well, it grew. And it enabled the city to use what was originally just for them and created just for the service that they provide to fund other things in the city. So what that means is that by its birth, indirectly through its birth, Access Tucson has been providing monies for other services, bringing money into Tucson for years. In hard times with big deficits, the city is making cutbacks to monies it controls. And though the city has supported Access Tucson in the past, its financial troubles have become the studios as well. So the city is tempted to discontinue Access Tucson and keep all the monies from the original $1.38 for other things. However, we must remember that this $1.38 was originally just for Access Tucson and grew. Now, if Access Tucson were to be discontinued, it would only take away a relatively small percentage of this fund. But all that extra has been going to other things. However, taking Access Tucson away jeopardizes the validity of the entire fund itself. So all of the money could disappear, and the city could actually end up losing more intake than if it had just kept Access Tucson alive and done what it should do. I don't think the city is going to do this, but we definitely, with all this pressure, it's time for us to step up and let them know how they feel. So be sure and go to the address that you see on your screen to check out. This will take you to all of your wards. You can check out to see which ward is yours. You have links to all of your elected officials in the local capacity. And you can click on others, such as Bob Walkup, that you might want to send a letter to. Do this today. Do this now. Let them know that you want them to support Access Tucson, and that you're aware that the monies that Access Tucson gets is not a tax, but it's monies that had an original purpose that grew to the point that it's able to fund other things. Therefore, Access Tucson is even a financial asset. So be sure and do all those things. I'd also like you to make a comment on my YouTube channel and give it a thumbs up, because you support Access Tucson. And be sure and let your elected officials know, like I just said, you can't say that too many times. And please, make a difference in our community right now. There's my number. Anyway, I'm Carl Fisk, and I'm a voter. I live here in Pima County in Tucson. And the gentleman before me was talking about, well, a lot of tax issues. And I want a strong government that provides me with services. However, Access Tucson is different. People tend to forget that. It's not a tax. And to understand how Access Tucson really works, you have to go back to 1984, I believe, when Access Tucson, took the job of public access television. That $1.38 was to provide them so that, in my layman's understanding, that they could do that job. That money just grew, didn't it? A lot more money coming in over the years. And then somehow you make things change, and that money is able to be used for other services as well. I have no problem with that as long as Access Tucson is doing well, and that money that was originally for Access Tucson provides good things for the rest of the community. I think that's a good thing, and I think it helps make programs like Access Tucson look good, and you should remember that, how and where it started. So with that in mind, that it's not a tax, and that money coming in that was originally for Access Tucson is now providing good things for the community. More good things are done. I see people that watch Access Tucson that will volunteer for some kind of organization, and they will be volunteers for years. And good volunteers, quality volunteers, providing services that the city might have to provide if those organizations were not helping out. So, and I've seen the staff at Access Tucson provide very good television packages for organizations. That they don't have to go get a crew, and they don't have to do a lot of things provided for them, but it's their show. A very, very nice package, and I'm volunteered for it myself, and I'm very proud to have been a part of that. Access Tucson is a benefit to the community. It has not been draining the community of all these money all these years. It's been providing it indirectly by means of its birth. And that should be remembered. So, tax issues are different than Access Tucson. I want services from you. Somehow you spent yourself in a hole, and that's going to be a problem. But I want you to keep Access Tucson alive. And if you do keep Access Tucson alive, you'll see a lot less of me here. This is a nice place. Maybe I should hang out here more often. It might be my only voice. However, I don't think you're going to do that. I think you're going to do the right thing. And I think you're going to figure out some way to keep Access Tucson alive so that it continues to provide to the community. And remember that here in our country, in this community, you don't have to wield guns to promote ideas. So support Access Tucson, please, and remember where it came from. So please, make a difference in our community right now, and do those things that I've asked. Be sure and check me out here again. We got lots more to come, and I thank you very much.